It really is an honor that, as you can see, since we've started the program 4 years ago, only a select few have achieved. There are a few requirements for the Hall of Fame. First of all, it recognizes not a company, but an individual. The person must have at least 20 years association with the Carrier brand as their primary brand. They must be a factory authorized dealer, and they have to be far enough along in their career that it truly does represent a lifetime achievement. So I'd like to introduce with this video our first Hall of Fame inductee for 2010.
I think the thing that really you can tell about Eddie is he's just a real honest businessman. And that's, I think he's like that in business, he's like that in real life. I think he's a very religious person. I think he's a very giving person. He supports his community to a great extent.
When I looked to come to work for him, I asked a lot of people about what it'd be like to work here. And I got 0 people told me, don't do it. Typically working for your in-laws can be difficult. But Eddie Goodwin's, his reputation is of being honest and fair and straightforward.
Customers that I talk to even today, they'll ask about Eddie, and they'll always say how honest he was and how he treated them, and they had a problem and he took care of it, and that's what's made Central Heating and Cooling, his honesty and doing things right.
We were married in '68, went to Illinois and worked 3 years, and did not enjoy that and wanted to come home real bad. And Eddie's dad found a business, Central Heating and Cooling, that his neighbor owned, and he wanted to sell.
And so we bought it in 1971 and moved back home.
He didn't know anything about heating and cooling, so he started in the ductwork side and through the service part of it and came right on up. And he went to school that Carrier supplied.
I've always felt like with Carrier we had something that the rest of the folks in town didn't have, and products they didn't have, and backup they didn't have, and training they didn't have. And so anyway, that's one thing I wanted to keep, is the Carrier part of it.
If you cut us apart, people tell us that we bleed little Carrier blue ovals, and Central Heating and Cooling opened up selling Carrier. We've been with them from there through today, and I believe that's a major fact. He's been loyal to them; they've been loyal. It's a two-way street. I mean, a lot of people think that the manufacturer owes the dealer something. It's got to be good for both parties. It's got to be good for the manufacturer. It's got to be good for the dealer. It just doesn't work.
From my perspective, I mean, he's been a loyal customer. He gives us direction when we need it, and gives us good feedback in a very positive sense. We've got great market share in this area, and primarily higher tier product. So, for us, I mean, it's a very good account.
We've sold Carrier equipment, but in so many instances we see people start businesses and they have nobody behind them to support them and to give them ideas of things that will help their business. Carrier has done that always, and we have done most everything, if not everything, that they have suggested that we do with our business. And they've made us successful as much as our hard work.
We had a tornado hit a small community just down the road. It's about 7 miles from here. We had several employees that lived in that community. It tore up yards, it tore houses down.
It missed our house, the main path of it, by probably 400 feet, but we weren't far enough away to be out of the hurt zone, And it tore up one side of the roof, and it blew down trees all in the yard.
It was just unimaginable at the devastation that was there.
I mean, you just couldn't believe that tore everything up, and you look at that and you go, where do we start?
Eddie basically authorized us to go to those communities on work hours to put together crews and go to our employees' homes and clean up their yards. So we did that for a couple days. When we finished up cleaning up our employees' yards, we went door to door. We went door to door for some time, helping people just clean up their yards, helping them get their cars out, helping them where they kind of put their lives back together.
You know, you don't think about things until something bad happens. And then when something bad happens, that's when you find out the people that you can count on.
I think if you ask Eddie, he'd say, well, why wouldn't you do it? You know, you're just gonna, if you need help, you need help. And we needed help, and it helped a lot of people other than just me.
I don't know how many little mission projects he's gone on to build a church here or there, made sure that they had equipment when something got, you know, washed away or blown away. He is selfless, and he thinks of others first. He tries to find the good in people.
He's driven, he's a great businessman, a very good businessman. But yet he knows that he's been given much, and he gives away much too. And I think that's what drives him. He knows that he's been so blessed, and Eddie is able to give away those blessings that he's been blessed with.
You know, being a small town, there's certain leaders in a town, and Eddie is one of the leaders. So I think if, you know, anything comes up in town, if it's a booster club for the athletic department, if it's something to do with the school system, if it's a little league team, softball team, soccer team, they're going to go to Eddie.
I think he's made everybody else better in our community as far as a business perspective.
He's just consistently done the right thing. He's helped grow the industry. You know, you couldn't ask for a better representative of the brand in this marketplace than Eddie Goodwin.
Well, I tell you, I was speechless when I found out about this. As you can tell, I had a lot more hair than some of these people. I know everybody likes a short speech, and I'm obligated to give you one. I'm deeply honored by being given this honor of being in the Hall of Fame. I had no idea that would happen. I know there's many leaders out there that qualify for this honor, and I hope some of you here in this room get that sometime. I've enjoyed my association with Carrier for many years, and I've been able to work with great people in the Carrier organization. I've had a lot of support, and they've helped me grow my business, and I know I owe a great deal of the success of my business to the Carrier organization. I want to thank my family. My wife Suzanne's right there, and she has been by me all the time, and we spend a lot of time in the shop, and she's right with me all the time. And my son-in-law Matt's here. My two granddaughters, Abby and Emma, here. We took them out of school, and it's sure nice to have them here with us. I want to thank John Barton. He's been our TM for years, and he's been just swell to us. Rick Center and late Bob Hartman. I want to also thank the employees at Central Heating Cooling. They've been so good to keep us going. The most important person I want to thank, though, is my Lord. Amen. You know, he made this all possible by letting me own that business. And thank you all so much. Thank you.